So just like with for loops, while loops can also be used to manipulate strings, and I'll show you how to do that really quick. Let's get rid of what we had for last video's lesson, and we can just I'm just going to use the same file here. If you want to create a new one and keep them both together in the same folder, that's probably a good idea. Let's start with a new string variable, and I'll call it sentence, and I'm going to use all instance variables in these next couple of videos just because it makes this job easier. We don't have to keep track of any parameters or access or anything like that. So I have these two instance variables, sentence and top, and I'll show you what we're going to do with those really quick. Let's set up a while loop here in our main method, and I'm going to let's set up a user input for sentence. So let's go with sentence equals and I guess we'll set up our scanner new equals new scanner, and system and we'll say please enter a sentence. And it doesn't have to exactly be a sentence, it can probably be any string, so we would just do kb.next line. So now let's set up our while loop. While, and the condition is going to be top is less than the length of sentence. And we're going to do -1 because we don't want to go all the way to the length of the sentence because it's indexed from 0 to 1 less than the length. So we don't want to go overboard there. And then we're going to print out each of the letters in the sentence, or in the string, whatever it is that you put in there. So remember that the while loop's a little bit more manual, so we have to set up our iteration as well. And each time the loop runs, we're going to add 1 to top. And that way, as soon as this becomes false, then the loop exits. So we're setting up top as our iterator, and it's going to we set it up manually to just add 1 to it each time the loop runs. So if I think I can run this now, let's go with, whoops, I forgot to set these to static. So they'll be static, and let's try that one more time. And I can just say no. You can see it printed my no, and it even got the spaces. So it really is printing each individual character on a separate line. But that is too easy. Let's say I wanted to do something cool like remove all the spaces in a sentence. So I'm going to create my, or I'm going to keep my static string sentence, and I'll probably not need top. And inside my while loop, I'm still doing all this stuff, but inside my while loop, I'm going to say, instead of this, I'm going to go while sentence dot index of empty space is greater than or equal to 0. Now this is pretty interesting because we're not even getting into any of the more complicated functions that we'd need in order to normally do some sort of a search functionality. We're just using index of and this condition, and this actually is cool because it creates a search for us. It says, hey Java, look for the space inside of whatever string I put in. And we know if index of doesn't find what you put in as a parameter, it will return the value -1. So as long as I set up this condition here, this is going to check if there's a value of empty space inside of whatever string I put in for sentence. So now what I want to do is each time I find a space, I can't actually remove, there's nothing to be able to remove anything from a string once it's set up. So in Java, what I have to do is set the sentence equal to a substring of itself without the spaces. So the way I do that is I just say sentence equals itself and then dot substring. And I'm going to start off with 0 to the index of the empty space in sentence, and then that's one substring here. So that covers from 0 all the way up to where the first space occurs in the string that I put in. And then I'm going to add, and let's go ahead and I'm going to drag this out a little bit so we can all see a little bit better. So I'm going to also add a second substring onto there, sentence, and let's use the substring, and I'm going to go, this time I'm going to go from the index, so index of, oops, and then I'm going to go from the index of space +1, and if I only put that, it'll take me from there to the end of the sentence. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm setting the new value of sentence equal to the substring of sentence before the space to the substring of the sentence, or plus the substring of the sentence after the space. So I'm taking two parts of the substring, one before and one after the space, and then I'm going to add those or concatenate those together, thereby eliminating the space. So I'm setting sentence equal to all of that, and then I can just print it later. So I can here I can just say out print line sentence, and let's make it fancy. Let's go without spaces, and I'll add sentence, and hopefully that will work. I probably got some errors in here. Let's see. So one way that I messed up was I meant to delete the old while loop, but instead I put this inside of it. So what I got to do is drag that back. My apologies if you typed that in. Hopefully you caught it before me. I'm just going a little too fast. So let's try that one more time. And I might have even gotten this error free, which I did. Oops, I kind of missed an E there too. So let's just do that. Let's do it again. And if you can see, it prints out without spaces the so it eliminates the spaces. So just a real quick recap. This substring is very interesting, and you're going to probably use this a lot. There's a lot of AP questions on the exam that are very similar to this. So what you're doing is you're setting the string equal to a substring of itself before and after a value that you're trying to eliminate from the string. That's the simplest way to do it. And to do that, we start the first substring from 0 to the index of the character that we're looking for. And then we add that on to another substring of sentence from the index of the character that we're looking for +1, and from then on, so the character just after the one that we're looking for or that we're trying to eliminate, we're doing that from that until the end of the string. So we're just concatenating together the before and after. And you're going to see in just a few weeks how we can use stuff like this to do some really excellent things.